One of the final chapters of Ignite. The reason why I say one of the final chapters of Ignite,
Because you said take it several times.
it's, you know what, there you go. You knew exactly what I was gonna say. Just because you went through it one time does not mean it precludes you from taking it over and over and over again. So today, as we do every day, we're gonna hear about some of your progresses from your success systems. Anybody want to report of any of their success systems?
I had some luck this weekend.
I'm listening. Let's hear it.
I had posted, I told you I had posted a couple times on the social media.
Uh-huh.
The same thing, the first time got nothing. Waited a month and did it again and I had 100-something likes, over 50 comments. Sunday, I had people paddling up to me in the lineup, wanting to talk real estate while I was surfing.
Wow. See?
I was happy.
Wow. See?
Social media.
That works. Now, do you surf in your bare chest or do you wear a t-shirt?
Well, I wear a wetsuit.
You wear a wetsuit? You know what you do? Get you a QR code. Get you a QR code attached to your wetsuit. So now they can get a QR code.
Yeah, that's
Get
amazing.
that.
I have a success story.
I am listening. Well, let's give Jamie one clap. Yeah. All right. Awesome. Yes.
I recently posted an investor's how to I put, if you want to talk about investments, give me a call. But it's a nice little paragraph, in my professional picture. And one of my previous past clients that I haven't spoken to in about a year, told me he's got something going on, so I reconnected with him.
Wow.
So he wants me to do a social media post for him, a 15-minute clip about economics, business, and real estate.
Awesome.
No.
Hey, give her a clap.
Yeah.
All right, now we're moving. Hey, anything?
For the success story,
Yeah, success. Any success? Did you talk to somebody?
I have an upcoming appointment.
You have an upcoming appointment? Is it a buyer?
Buyer.
A buyer? Okay. That's
Success
good.
story.
Hey, every little bit counts. Karina or Amanda, do you have any success stories that you want to talk about? No?
Not yet, but hopefully soon.
Say that again?
Not yet, but hopefully soon.
All right, it's coming down the pipeline. It's on its way. Are you ready for it? Awesome. Well, today is the final day of Ignite. Oh, I'm sure you had some wonderful instructors. You've learned so much, and I'm sure you instinctively know that there's much more to this business than sitting in a class, okay? Ignite is something that's given you the foundation for building a big business. It's giving you what you need to build a big business. And now you begin to embark on this journey after today. And so today we close out the transaction segment by both looking back and looking forward. And we're going to discuss a bit about finances and having a smart money business, okay? We're gonna follow up with the previous session on getting to the close by getting paid. Everybody wants to get paid, right?
Yay.
Okay, so we talk about lead generation, lead follow-up, and transaction. And so by the end of today, not only will we complete the Ignite, but we're going to be able to understand the importance of running a smart money business to achieve successful transaction business and review the success system to understand the wins and the opportunities and what you need to move forward. And also to identify different learning paths available to design your future plan at KW. The one thing that I love about KW is whatever you need, it is there for your consumption. Okay? So Set your sights on your big future. Let's begin by setting our sights on the big future that you have in store for yourselves today. After all, that's what we're all aiming for, correct? We're aiming for a big future. There's a line in the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book: to have a better chance of hitting the target, you aim high. Aiming high begins with thinking big. And that's what today's session is all about. No one ever, if you ever look at, professional archery, you never see them point directly at the target. Okay? Many times we mess up in businesses because we're looking directly at the target. We're looking directly at the seller, directly at the buyer. But you have to aim higher than that. You can't just look at one buyer, look at one seller. You have to look at multiple buyers and multiple sellers. So when you're shooting up, and when it lands on the target. Okay? So Gary Keller says in the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book, he says, how you think matters. How you think in the beginning really matters. Okay? It's all a mindset. If you notice, when you talk to Fred doesn't take a whole lot of negativity, does he? When you're talking negative about your business and about what it is that you can't do or what it is that clients aren't doing, if you notice, I cut you off there because guess what it says? How you think matters, and how you think when you're new, when you're just beginning, it definitely matters. Can you do it? Absolutely. Okay. What are your thoughts about this quote? Tell me what you think. It's one thing for the letters and the sentence to be there, but what do they actually mean to you?
Positivity and
Positivity,
positivity and way to success.
a way to success?
Yeah, if you
Mhm.
think it that way.
Anybody else?
Nobody wants to do business with somebody that's negative.
Exactly.
Nobody wants to be around you. You gotta be that person people wanna be around. You gotta be
Mhm.
positive, and like you guys have said many times. Especially Simon, there's a solution to every problem, so there's no reason to get negative about it. Keep moving forward and be positive and figure it out.
That's it? Yes.
So, as a business consultant, a lot of people come with me with broken businesses, with broken lifestyles,
Mhm.
their life coach broken everything. And it's my job to be positive in every direction so that they can see some type of light and positivity. And I'm assuming, I don't have much experience with real estate, but I'm assuming it's the same way people are lost. They don't know what to do. They know they need a house, but they don't know how to get there. And it's my job as a real estate agent and investor agent to direct them in the right direction.
Exactly. And the way you think. Okay, put it this way. Whether you think you're right or whether you think you're wrong, you are correct. Did y'all catch that? Whether you think you're right or whether you think you're wrong, you are correct. Maybe you'll catch that later, okay? Mindset matters, okay? What's your mindset? You're aligned with your heart. The question is, let me make sure they still have this recording. I want to make, okay.
Yeah, Karina's there.
No, I mean recording. Want to make sure. Stop recording. Okay, yes, so they are recording. So make sure that. So your mindset. What is your mindset? Are you aligned with your heart? Are you ready to take action to have a successful day? Throughout life, we've talked about the importance of mindset because mindset matters, not just today, not just tomorrow, not just during Ignite. It matters every single day. Sometimes your mindset turns to doubt. Sometimes your mindset turns to disappointment. Sometimes it turns to fear. And these are the times that you have to be aware of how to quickly correct because it is within your control. Most times you see me, I'm smiling, right?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Always.
Do you think
Except when you're in your
sometimes,
office, sometimes you're,
well, you know what I'm talking about, when I'm not focused.
yeah.
But do you think there's sometimes when I really don't feel like being here?
Definitely.
Do you think there are times when I really don't feel like talking to people?
Mhm.
Yeah,
You
you're a
know?
human being.
I tell people this all the time. My go-to when I feel bad about myself, because all of us have these moments. You know, my go-to is taking a nap. I just sleep, you know, because I think that it's going to.
You turn it off.
Yeah, you understand what I mean? But even so, we have to learn this. If I know I'm not going to do you any good by standing in front of you and teaching you, guess what I'll do? I won't do it.
Mhm.
There are times when, you know, I'm standing up here and I say, Natalie, I just can't do it today. You understand what I mean?
Mhm.
Your mindset matters. How you think matters. Where is your head? Where is your mindset? You know, do you feel aligned with your heart? Are your feet ready to do the actions that are needed to have a successful business?
I can work a little harder on my actions, for sure.
Let's do this. Let's change that I to we. We can work a little hard.
Oh, you mean all of us?
All of
Oh,
us,
okay,
yes, okay? Ask, when you look at what your mindset is, whether or not you're aligned with your heart, ask yourself, do you use affirmations in the morning? Do you remove limiting thoughts in the morning? Okay? Do you set big goals in the morning? Do you share with your accountability partner? Do you call people? You know, every morning. This is something that you say, I want to be a full-time agent. Then you have to have full-time characteristics in your business. Okay? So that's why we remember the Keller Williams belief system, along with the six personal perspectives. They help keep your mindset strong and positive. Win-win or no deal. Integrity, do the right thing. Customers always come first. Commitment in all things. Communication, seek first to understand. Creativity, ideas before results. Teamwork, together everyone achieves more. Trust starts with honesty. Equity, opportunities for all. Success, results through people. All of this is what we see in our business. All of this, okay? When you say, okay, I just want to be a realtor, I'm a realtor. Guess what? You can be more than that. I tell you this all the time. Me and Jennifer started real estate about the same time with KW. Jennifer's more in management than I am. She's an OP. Okay? That's equity opportunity. I was moved from productivity coach to assistant team leader. That's an equity opportunity. You have the opportunity to move up in your business wherever you want to, however you want it to happen. These are our core beliefs, okay? When you focus on these, no one can refute this. No one can refute this. What I'm saying to you is, I want to be in a transaction with you, and I want it to be a win-win for both of us. I don't want to take anything from you, and I don't want you to take anything from me. Just because I win does not mean that you have to lose. Okay? You have to have that attitude. Integrity. Do the right thing the first time. Don't wait until something happens before you have to be integral. Okay? Customers always come first. Can they get on your nerves? Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, I was dealing with a couple of agents that I'm mentoring through a NACA deal. And they were telling me they're going through problems with the deal with the lender and with the clients. And they told me the issues that they were dealing with. I said, because they were all blaming it all on NACA. And I looked at the situation, I said, well, maybe it's not NACA. Maybe it's the client. And they said, you're right. You want to know how I know? Because it gets you to, now, before the pandemic, NACA, and this is just sharing my experience, required you to have wet signatures on your documents. That means you couldn't use DocuSign. After the pandemic, you know, things changed because they couldn't get the wet signatures, so they adopted DocuSign, finally. Okay? So this client missed their escrow side of the thing and said that it was slowed down, that they had to reapply for their loan because, listen to this, they said, the lender said that they needed a wet signature. And I said, something's out of place here. Then they sent me the text. The text did not come from NACA. The text came from the buyer. And I said, this isn't a NACA issue. That means that they were supposed to do everything that they were supposed to do up until they got the keys to their property. What they did not do is they did not do everything they were supposed to do, which delayed the process. You have to learn how to do those. Understand the customer. You got to be committed to the things. You have to communicate. You got to understand what's going on. Okay? Creativity, ideas before results. You can be creative. You know, you're not just a KW agent, you're a creative KW agent. You understand? Remember, KW is the smallest on the sign. You are the biggest. Okay? Teamwork. Together, everyone achieves more. Very seldomly, you're going to walk in here and you're going to ask somebody to help you, and they're going to say absolutely not. In fact, you're not going to walk in here and ask somebody to help you, and they're going to say no. They're always going to either try to help you or direct you into the direction that needs help. Okay? Trust starts with honesty. Trust. You got to be true to yourself. Right? True to yourself. Equity and success is results through people. Okay? Got that? Any questions? So, we always talk about this, and I know we always talk about this, but because this is the foundation, your value proposition, your UVP, your unique value proposition. What is it? Does my value proposition truly reflect who I am, the value that I bring, and the benefit my clients will experience while working with me? Am I confident sharing my value proposition with my contacts? And if not, how can I make it easier to express my value? Isn't it wonderful when you can be bold about telling people who you are and what value you present to them? So you revisit your big life, your vision, your future. You know, whenever when you look at what you've been into and the things that you have experienced in your real estate career, if you look back to session 1, where I taught session 1, right? We were envisioning our big life. If you were to reread what you wrote back in session 1 about your vision, your future for your life, is there anything that you would change after all of these trainings that you've been through? I'm listening.
I'd have to look at what I wrote down and say. And now I
Yes.
wanna look.
So, in order to have the big life that you envision for yourself, You've got to be realistic about your income and more specifically about your profit goals. You've got to think big and you've got to aim high. Now, you're Gary Keller again. One thing all high achievers have in common is they are working for a big why. The big why is about having a purpose, a mission, or a need that in turn gives them focus. So what is your big why? Yuki, what is your big why?
I'm not sure if I'm getting big why. What does it mean?
So I can, the basic foundation of your big why is very emotional to you. I can say it's not something that you just, yeah. It's something that hits deep hard. It's something that you say, I'm doing this because of this. Whether it
Oh.
be family, it's something that touches the deepest part of your heart when you talk about your deep why, your big why.
Okay.
Because your big why is the thing that causes you to do what you do. Okay? Yes.
Are we saying our big why or are we
Yeah,
just?
go ahead.
My big why is to help people maneuver, get a little piece of wealth. So they can make their dreams come true, whether it's sending them their infant to a nice private school or helping people buy the nice house they want. I want to be able to help people prosper. That's my big why. I put so much sweat equity into my career that and I wasn't sure why, but now that it's coming along together,
Go deeper.
I want to be able to help people. I've seen a lot of people suffer. I see a lot of people work so hard and lose everything and not know. The economy is really complicated. It's really big. It's really hard. Barely anybody, you only have 10 days a week and you only have about 30 good years of working, you know. I want to be able to help people make dreams come true within that time
Go
frame.
deeper.
I feel like this is my purpose, you know, I'm very good at it.
Deeper. Reason why is because you're talking about them. What about you?
That's,
What is the purpose behind or the thing that got you that way?
I'm a very simple person. It's not about money. It's about having just the lifestyle that I want. Like being able to help my family out, be able to help myself. You know, have a nice decent lifestyle. I don't need $1 million car, you know, it's okay if you want it, it's not my thing, you know. I'd rather do something else with my money, not that I want $1 million in my bank account. You know, I want to be able to do something different, help be closer to my loved ones, be able to prosper my loved ones around me and myself.
Tell me more about that.
It's just very important, and everybody struggles, you know, and if I can help somebody, I will.
And you've seen the struggle.
I've seen the struggle, I've seen people struggle all the time. I went to schools where, you know, kids don't even have shoes to go to school. It's very hard. So I want to be able to help people. And in the process, of course, help myself, because no one's gonna help me. No one's gonna come and give you $1 million, you know, I need to do it myself. Yeah.
Got it? Okay. Anybody else want to share? Yes.
So my shallow side of me, of big why, is that I promised my son that we go back to Japan once or twice a year, and we sit in an economy class, and my son when we're getting off the plane is always passed by the business class, and he's like, why we can't sit here?
Mm.
So I said, well, someday, I'll promise you that we're gonna be comfortably going to Japan or internationally with the business class. And then also the reason behind is, of course, I want a little bit of luxury life, but also being able to travel more will definitely gives us opportunity to see my family, because everyone is out in Japan, so in my side, so that's my shallow side of, like, sorry towards myself.
It's okay.
But also, through my personal real estate investment experience, I do see the opportunity of really in this real estate to have more, be more financially successful.
Mhm.
And then a lot of people just don't know. So I think this is my mission to educate people or my friends or their or be friends
Mhm.
to educate. This is an equal opportunity to everyone.
Right.
They just don't know. They are not educated. So this is my purpose. I think that's my purpose or mission.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, see, that big why, when you visit it a lot, it kind of hits deep, kind of hits deep. You know, because family, things that you've seen, things that you've dealt with, your big why determines, says, okay, this is why I'm getting up and doing this. This is why I'm getting up and making this happen. You know, and does your big why shift? Yes, it does. Does it change? Absolutely. You know, that's why we use and instead of but. You know, my big why, you know, my son and my daughter-in-law and my grandchildren were in Spain for 10 years. And I wanted to be able to visit them anytime I wanted to, you know, and so it took me to learn the difference between and but, because I would say, I want to go to Spain, but I don't have the money, which changed the circumference of my thought process when I said, I want to go to Spain and I don't have the money. And then maybe a month later, I got the money to go to Spain. And then being able to say, okay, I want to be able to visit my children whenever I want to. You know, I wanted to do that. You know, so that big why is very important to drive you, because you can't do what you want to do without the funds to do it, right? Okay, anybody else want to share their big why?
Well, me personally, the reason is to be on the track again. To go where I was, because I was here, now I'm here. After the millions I lost overseas, so I want to find myself back. That's it. It's not something new. And also to secure to love good future for my daughters, which was my goal. And I want to find that situation back again and to enjoy qualities of life. That's it. I'll make money to enjoy, because we used to travel always with my family or Europe. That's the reason. It's not putting in the bank. When you have extra also, you invest. That is, and then we call Jewel for that, you know. We invested fuel. Right now, you know.
You're giving the numbers, just let us know what you do.
Right now, we're gonna enjoy qualities of life.
And your big why is attainable.
Yes, of
That's
course
what-
it is.
It's
Of course.
attainable.
Of course it is, but right now it's just to
It's-
throw them from there because there is war in Beirut.
It's that consistent
Priority.
effort. Jamie, did you want to share?
Mine is, I mean, look, we all wanna make money. That's
Mhm.
why we're getting into this, be our own boss, have more time to do what we wanna do. But it's still, you still have to put in the hours, you still have to work, you have to be driven. If you wanna succeed, my reason is, I can't find guys to work in my business. And my body's starting to fail, I have to find something to switch.
Mhm.
Real estate will still feed that business. And vice versa, they will
Right,
work
right.
together. And I like talking to people. I like being at different properties every day. I like checking out. They're awesome. Houses are cool, you know? So it seemed like the natural thing. I wanted to do it for a long time. I was just always working too long. So for me, it just seemed like the right move. And why? Because I like I said, talk with people in properties.
Mhm.
And my body's failing. I can't paint forever.
Yeah.
I gotta switch to something else.
I'm gonna share with you a scary thing that happened to me this week. But Karina and Amanda, do you have your big whys?
Sorry, I'm driving right now, so I'm not sure about the background
Oh, okay, we
sound.
can hear you. You're good.
Okay, so I feel like I'm trying to put together a lot of my whys to come up with, I'm still processing my, the big why. But a big part of it is just ensuring just unshakable financial stability for, not just my family right now, but for my kids later when they grow up as well. And just having that, um, just getting back into the workforce and working hard at what I love doing, which is real estate and helping people.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
And at the same time, helping a lot of other people with their financial stability and wealth building as well.
Right, right. Very good, very good. Amanda, did you have anything to contribute for your big why?
I think for a lot of us, a lot of our big whys are surrounding the same things. Definitely, we've seen a lot of instability, in the economy and in our, personal and professional lives over the past few years. Even myself, I have been through several loops. And also, big changes, really good things. And a lot of that does involve family, friends. I agree too with, travel and, I have also traveled recently and, I was sitting next to someone who also was, from Lebanon. And there's a lot of things that you'll see, when you go around the world and you kind of, you witness things for yourself on how, things work in governments. And a lot of times, the people have to depend on themselves and each other, in order to achieve, too much of anything.
Yeah.
Um, and having, some form of power in our own hands, in the form of real estate or, having, money or a home or something that's you feel or that you will always work to have there for you is a huge part of, I think, my why.
Right,
Sorry,
right.
I'm starting to get a little under the weather myself.
Worries, no worries.
But I definitely think that a very large part of that why is stability, and whether that's financial, whether that's within my I guess teeter-totter of trying to level out everything that comes at you in life, whether that's health or anything like that, that we do have something stable. That we do have something stable that's keeping us centered, and that we've got a better point of gravity, I think is a big why for me.
Wow. You all have some awesome stuff today. Some awesome stuff. And when you look at it, that big why that you have drives you to be who you are. And then when you're, like you said, what hit me with what you said, Jamie, was because, your body's not doing what it should be. Let me give you, because, some things in life can scare you. I was having class, what's today? Today's Thursday. I had class on Tuesday. And my class is teaching people how to get their license. I'm standing up here teaching. Now, mind you, years ago, I had surgery on my ear. But I'm standing up here teaching, all of a sudden, it seems like my ear's gone out. Like water's gotten in there. And so by the time I get in my car, it's literally almost deafening. Because I have a constant ringing in my ear, constant. Like you guys can have quiet, I never have quiet. I haven't had quiet in over 40 years, And so that ringing started to get louder to the point that by the time I got home, I could barely hear out of this ear. And I was fearful because, listen, I'm the breadwinner in my family. I'm like, what's going on? And when I got home, what did I tell you I do? My coping mechanism is sleep, So I took some medication, I went to sleep, and the next morning it was back to normal. But that was a scary moment in my trajectory, because I have all this on my plate and what's going on here? So when you think about not only your big why on what you do, but your big why feeds into where you are, because you are after extraordinary results, big. You're after extraordinary, you're not after the norm. You're not after the day-to-day thing. The why, it is the reason you get up every day and you do what you do. Okay? Huh?
You're lucky. But
I'm-
you're lucky
I'm lucky.
because you're able to sleep. Sometimes.
Yeah,
That's it. I don't
yeah,
wanna
trying
think
to
of
block
anything.
everything
I
out.
just want to shoot myself.
No, don't say that.
I mean, no, I mean, shoot, so I don't think. So I can
So,
sleep.
so here it is, your big why. What you all talked about is what powers your big life. That if your why isn't big enough, your life isn't gonna be big. Okay? Your big why may be unattainable where you stand right now. But that's why you shoot for the stars. And at least you'll hit the moon. Is that what they say? Is that what they say?
I haven't heard that, but I like
it. So, have a smart money business. You want to have a smart money business. When we look at this day, the importance of running a smart money business, it's our intention that each one of you achieve the goals that you set out with the end of being highly successful in the business. When you're highly successful in the business, that means you're going to have monies coming to you. Now, how many of you in here have started their LLC or their business?
I
Okay.
have an LLC, but not for this not for
Okay.
this.
Be mindful, and this is just a footnote, come December 31st, there's a form that you have to file for an LLC, because if you don't, they'll charge you $500 a day up to $20,000.
is that BOI?
Yes,
Yeah.
you have
Wait, what
to,
is it? Tell us it again.
it's a BOI. But it's called a BOI, but Google,
It's for transparency so that they know you're not like, I'm a incorporation.
mhm,
So like everything from here will just go through Bay Painting. Inc.
right, right.
Because it's all the same thing.
So,
But yeah, I had to pay to have it done because finding the paperwork is like, I've already spent more than it would have cost me to do it just to find the paperwork.
So a good thing that would be beneficial for you to save money in the real estate business, because you all make so much money. I'm not giving legal advice, I'm not giving accounting advice, but an S corp would be your best route.
What's that?
An S corp,
Right.
it's an
Oh,
S
it's
corp.
corporation,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay,
This is
so
what.
you have the regular corporation, you have the LLC, and S corp would be what you would want to do for your real estate business?
For real estate escort,
Yeah,
escort, as an
Mhm.
As
escort.
a real estate. agent.
Yeah, mine is
Yeah.
LLC. I've done it S corp. I filed it S corp because it's better. I get paid. I can work as an employee. My
Exactly.
wife, when she comes, I can make her deductions. and stuff.
Exactly.
I did it on the
Let's get
website.
a better tax rate.
Mhm.
The tax
Yeah.
bills are good.
And
Tax
then-
purposes is excellent.
Did you
But
do-
then even now for the LLC, since you gotta do that, and most times when you have an LLC, you don't have anybody running that, you have to do all of that.
I do that.
So, yes, now what were you saying?
Did you say there's some kind of meeting for that, you know? I'm sorry.
December 31st.
December 31st is the deadline for you to file that paperwork.
Deadline to file
I
paperwork,
mean,
The
this
BO
CPA does it.
So
What
you're,
if I'm-
you're,
BOB,
BOI?
BOI.
where do you
What
get
if I
that
don't
from?
do- it's not CPA.
I'm not sure, this is just off topic, I just want to share that with you.
No, that's
You
a
know.
good one to know, because
Yeah.
if you don't know that,
Yeah.
they will be getting people. you
Yeah.
know?
Mhm.
Okay, can we talk? a little bit?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So not many of us love accounting, right? Okay,
I hate
but we do love saving money. So when you get into business because of other skills, you enjoy working with people that you have great sales skills. What many lack in this business is money skill, money management skills. So if we were to look at the financial knowledge and you don't need to be an accountant or a tax advisor. You just need to know when to consult with experts. Hey. Give her a hand. She just closed her first deal. We have to stop and say yes. Awesome. Awesome. And remember these 6 core concepts, competencies of business, lead generate, capture, and convert to appointments. Okay? We've been learning a lot about 1 through 5. Okay? 1 through 5, lead generate, capture, and convert to appointments. Present to buyers and sellers and get agreement. Show buyers and market sellers. Write and negotiate contracts, coordinate the sale to closing. Now you're going to be, if we look for a moment to number 6, manage the money. You're going to get paid for all the diligent work you did to help your buyers and your sellers transact the business. And that's what you're here for after all, to get paid and develop business for yourself. Now, sad part about it is we see this dollar, right? This dollar is interesting because it's important to remember that getting paid in real estate industry is different from the salary that you've gotten before. The check upon closing is not to be put in your pocket and spent. There's going to be expenses to pay and ever-present taxes that must be saved for and paid every quarter. We talk about this, your market center. Who remembers where your commission goes? Click to animate. Okay. Typically 50% goes to the co-op agent. Okay. That's the agent that's on the other side of the transaction. A third of it goes to the market center to cover company dollar, franchise royalty fees. Roughly a third goes back into the business to cover your marketing, your operating expenses, your signs, your car, your phone, and anything else. And then don't forget, you have to save to pay your taxes, okay? Finally, there's a lot of different things that are going on when you look at your commission. And as we told you before, it's an important habit to start right now to put your money away for taxes. Okay, now mind you, I've been in the business for 20 years. The first time I had to pay taxes to Uncle Sam was the year after the pandemic. I couldn't believe it. I was good. Put it this way, I was a good 6-figure earner. I was a good low 6-figure earner. When I say low 6-figure, anywhere between 100 to 160. I was a good 6-figure earner, okay? But the pandemic took me up, I was still a six-figure earner, but I was a mid-six-figure earner. And after the pandemic, I made $280,000. And there was nothing I could do to write off that. I tried to write off, I still ended up owing Uncle Sam about $15,000. Okay, for my first time in 20 years.
My cousin, his
time.
first year, he did really well.
Mhm.
And I kept telling him, put some of your money away for
Yeah.
taxes. He's like, oh, no, it's all handled, it's all handled. So a month later, he's like, oh, man, you were right.
Yeah,
I spent all my money, now I owe
Yeah.
like $30,000.
Yeah.
It's like,
so you learn a big lesson. One thing that I learned in my first year of real estate, I made six figures, but at the end of the year, I didn't know where those six figures went.
To your
One
wife,
thing, huh?
to your wife.
Somewhere, yeah. somewhere. So financially sound or unsound, sole commission is $9,000 paid to the order of Jessica Campbell. Personal bank account $57.60, business savings nothing. Jessica's wallet $57.60, tax savings nothing. And then the next one would be sold commission $9,000, paid to the order of Jessica $57.60, business bank account $17.28, personal bank account $40.32, tax savings account $16.13. State and federal $996, self-employment $617, Jessica's wallet $24.19.
Is there anything behind that, by the way?
I don't think so.
no, there's not.
No, there isn't, okay.
So how do you make this happen? What I ended up doing was I ended up having a payroll company. So when I got my commission check, it went to the payroll company. Payroll company took out my taxes. And they paid me a check. Even though I got my check from the office, I took that check, put it in my bank account, but I put it on a business bank account, and my payroll company paid me my salary. You understand? Why do I do that? So at the end of the year, Uncle Sam doesn't come back with the taxes because they're already taken out. So when you look at it, financially sound or unsound, is this financially sound?
No,
Is this financially sound?
yes.
Absolutely. Okay. Money is good for the good that it can do. Money is good for the good that it can do. Oops, I'm sorry, go ahead. So here's the flow of money. Income is what goes in. Expenses are what goes out. And profit is what's less. When you look at that, if you explore the difference between income and profit and how the way you think of it can change the outcome of your business. If you've taken an accounting course, well, I hated accounting. You probably know the formula commonly used to calculate the profit of your business is income minus expense equals profit. While the formula to calculate profit is important, it's not the model that we use to set and track our profit goals each month, quarter, each year. Instead, we ask ourselves the following strategic questions in our participant guide that's there. Profit. How much money do I intend to have in my bank account at the end of the year? Does anybody ever ask themselves that question? How much money do you want in your bank account at the end of the year?
For tax purpose?
No, how much money
Yourself.
do you want in your bank account on December 31st, 2024? Anybody want to say?
It's a tricky question.
I'm just trying to get to the end of the month.
I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna make money, what's that?
Goodness. How many homes do you need to sell to achieve your profit goal? And then with expenses, how can I minimize my expenses to maximize the net income? Thinking of it in ways that we look at it, so we're clear, Where does our real estate income come from? It comes from listing income, comes from transactions with the sellers, it comes from transactions with the buyers, it comes from referral, and it comes from leasing income. Now, you're in a unique situation because you have people in Japan who know you can still help people in Japan buy property in the States. So I don't want you to limit your thinking to say, oh, they're so far away. Think of it as, oh, they're so far away, money sign. You understand? Because there is investments to be made. So you can set yourself in that position to make that happen. Okay? So expenses related to your real estate business, cost of sales or the cost expenses related to each transaction that you make or the cost of making the sale. Commissions paid to the market center, royalty fees, commissions or splits paid to employees or independent contractors involved in sales, and referral fees. Then you have operating expenses. This is the cost related to running your business, whether you have sales or not. Rent, auto, salaries from administrative staff, coordinator, runner, buyer, specialist, insurance, professional services, marketing and advertising, equipment and supplies. All of these things you have regardless of whether or not you make a sale or not. Most of them. Rent, y'all pay rent. Auto, y'all pay auto. Y'all probably don't pay, well, you pay a transaction coordinator. Insurance, y'all pay insurance. Professional service, marketing, that's how you get yourself out there. Okay?
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
For the registration or fee for the board of realtor, does
Is
it
that-
include the operating?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes. And that is an expense that you can write
okay.
on your taxes. Okay? Best practices, gain clarity on your big why and plans for your future. Set your personal and business budgets. Open additional bank accounts for taxes, expenses, and other savings. Download and use the MREA chart of accounts. So there is an online version of our MREA, Millionaire Real Estate Agent Chart of Accounts, that you can utilize. That doesn't cost anything, okay? You put it right into QuickBooks or whatever software that you use. Hire an accountant, CPA, attorney, or a tax advisor. Set dates to calculate and pay your estimated taxes and prepare for your future. Insurance, savings, investments. Now, I'm gonna get on y'all. You believe I'm gonna get on you right now? How many of you have children? Okay. How many in here have life insurance? Okay, all right, I thought I was gonna get it. Cause I'm a licensed life insurance agent. Okay, let's, hold on. Come on. So think and act the wage you want before you earn it. Average is as average does. Good is as good does. And great is as great does. What you do is who you become. That's powerful. Think and act the age,
The wage.
the wage
Not the
you want.
age.
Think and act the wage you want before you earn it. Do you think that would change your concept on lead generation?
Yep. That's the job you want.
Yeah. Dress for the job you want. Average is average, good is good, great is as great does. What you do is who you become. Now, this is an exercise that's in your booklet. And I know you guys haven't been doing those things, but basically this is how you can outline the amount of money that you want to make in this business. So you get paid at close. Check with your market center staff on the process, use command opportunities. And then commit to the success system for life. Everybody say these two words, for life.
For life.
That means as long as you're doing real estate, commit to the success system. The success systems is what? 10 conversations, 10 contacts added, 10 handwritten notes, 10, 5, 1 social media engagement. You hear that? You see that?
Yes.
Do you know that's you all want me to tell you what the winning T in real estate is? Right there. That's the winning T,
What is it?
the winning T,
Oh,
right there. And the only thing I can add to that is consistency. Doing it every day. And then being accountable. You cannot be successful and only be accountable to yourself. That's why we have the productivity program here at KW Summit. Because you being accountable to you, ooh, that's a dangerous thing, isn't it? Isn't it dangerous?
So,
Because it keeps your mindset focused and positive. It reminds you of your big why. It challenges you and makes you uncomfortable at times. Is one of our 6 personal perspectives. Be accountable. Be like you're in high school. Be accountable. Be accountable. BEACCOUNTATABLE.
no, there's no TA. No,
The TAB, you know, make a cheer out of it. Be accountable, be accountable, be accountable. BEACCOUNTABLE. You know, do that. That's what you got. So here are different types of accountability. You have a people, you have an accountability partner, you have a productivity coach, you have a mentor, you have a KW Maps coach. Those are accountability partners on the people end. But then we also have tools. We have the 411, time blocking, the one thing, which is a book that we utilize outside of the Millionaire Real Estate Agent. It's that white book back there with the one down the center. Okay, those are accountability tools. What kind of ahas have you had so far? I'm listening. Huh? No. Say that again?
Can't be accountable to ourselves.
Can't be accountable to yourself, right?
The tools for accountability. I don't know about the 411 or the one thing.
We haven't heard about the 411?
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I've heard about it. I just don't know. I think it's you.
There's 2 things, and I get them mixed up, but I'll let you know if you ask me again.
Okay.
It's the 135
Uh-huh.
and the 411.
Okay.
The 135 is a big goal, 3 ways to attach that goal, and then 5 different ways that you're going to do it. Okay? The 411 is what you do every month. 4 things, 4 weeks, 1 goal, 1 process. And so it keeps you on point. Usually, and I'm thinking about instituting this with my mentees, because they got to turn this in every month.
Mhm.
You got to turn in your goals every month. Because what is your business without making goals? And how can I coach you if you make no goals and you have nothing to be accountable for?
That was 4 weeks, 1 goal.
I'll get it right too. I'll get it
Where do we
right.
get that? How do we have access to the 411 and the 135? How do
It's
we get that?
in KW Connect. KW Connect, or if you YouTube 411.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
For now, each property has a different price, so the commission is different. But is there like a For our area, average for commission for each property, that somebody says, I
Average
must sell
commission?
this much properties per year to cover my expenses.
Yeah, average, the way you do that, you average what your average commission would be. So if you're in Torrance, the average amount would be what,
1 million.
$850. So you average
2.5%.
before 2.5%. So you say,
That's
okay,
important.
$850 at 2.5%, how many houses do I need to sell in order to make this amount?
Yeah, we'll deduct definitely the market center and everything and.
Remember, the market center only goes up to $13,000 or $16,000, and then you add 100%.
That's like 1 or 2 commissions.
Okay, so you have to plan for learning. We want you to be learning based. And being learning based means that you get on the Zoom, you get on KW Connect, you learn. Learn more about your market, preview homes, tour neighborhoods, understand amenities. Understand the days on market, understand new construction codes. I mean, I was talking with Sherelle today, and some of these new builds aren't even paint agents. You know? Especially if you don't bring them to them. And I literally had a conversation with them, and they were like, Bo, this, I didn't get it, it was after we talked. They had called me back and said, I'm wondering whether or not you all pay commission. And I said, no, we don't pay commission. But you're welcome to bring your client.
Yeah.
I said, so you want me to bring, but you're not gonna pay us? No, we don't pay. Would you like to set up a tour? I mean, they were like, I would say, absolutely not. Are you sure?
So they wanted your customer. You give it to them for nothing.
You will?
What's the business model?
Yeah.
You have to
That's-
tell them business model.
Now, I work with
I wanna
Lennar.
buy a bridge
Right.
too.
I worked with Lennar before, okay, and so when I worked with Lennar, I sold a home, I think it was near the state line. And so they paid a commission. Then I worked with this is how it's for real, because I actually sold one of Lennar Homes manager's house. Did you catch that? So he was the mortgage person for Lennar. I took my buyers there, they bought a new home, I got paid. He called me because he needed his house sold, I sold his house. But then he also let me know, hey, we just had a meeting, we're reducing the commission from 2.5% to 1%
Wow.
to agents. Now they've reduced it to 0%. And yeah.
Nobody will be bringing in people.
Yeah, but see that, you know how can I explain it? I'm gonna explain it this way. Meaning now, Sherelle's had the experience with Naka. They're in a place where Bruce Marks is in a place where nobody can touch it. And when you're in a place where nobody can touch you, you can pretty much do whatever you want to. Bruce Marks is not a nice person. I met him, okay? But then Lennar is the same way. They're in a place, we have a new build, people are gonna come, whether you bring them or not. What Bruce Marks is doing now is what I told him 7 years ago. I said this, I said, Bruce, why don't you have your referral agents all in all of the KWs so that you don't have to have in-house agents, and we'll take care of everything, okay? You know what he did? He looked at me in my face and he said, I don't need these agents. They need me. Well, he said, if one leaves, another will come right in. Now, mind you, the agents that he had now, that's may be true for any place other than California. But here, they pay a lump sum for their in-house agents. $3,800
Okay.
for their in-house agent, whether you sell $1 million property or whether you sell $500,000 property. And so it got to the point where they could not keep in-house agents. So 2 years ago, they came to me and said, hey, listen, we want to distribute agents through you to your company so that we can get these buyers taken care of. 7 years ago, I told them that. But did he listen? But he's got a program that nobody can touch. Anybody in here a veteran?
I have a client that's a veteran.
Okay, this program is better than the VA program.
Yeah.
And so he's in a place where nobody can touch him. He can do whatever he wants to. He does not like realtors. Period.
But
I'm sorry.
in the
who's-
video-
It's called NACA.
I don't know.
NACA is the
NACA.
name of it, but Bruce Marks is the CEO.
What is NACA?
Neighborhood Assistance Corporation of America. It's a lending program.
Oh,
But it says in the video, NACA, that they don't give commission to agents, to buyer seller, a buyer's agent. We're gonna put it in the portal, and seller is gonna pay,
Yeah.
or the other. It's not encouraging. I mean, I took that course like 2 hours.
Yeah, it's the same thing. She just closed the NACA, right?
So
Sure.
we close it with NACA, we're having difficulty to find it because they're putting conditions. If your
Trust me.
income is less than that, you're gonna
If they
choose. from that
qualify,
area, you're gonna choose from-
Put it this way.
Maybe the customer doesn't.
Put it this way. Whenever she gets a buyer, the buyer is fully qualified to go look, period. Don't read into anything, as long as they're qualified, you look for what they're qualified for and close it. Right? I mean, we have some struggles, but.
You're a hero,
Who doesn't
if you
have
close with NACA, you are a hero.
You know. So be learning based, mindset, all of these classes right here are in KW Connect. 6 personal perspectives, that's in KW Connect. When it has a $sign next to it, that means that it costs, that's $780. But it's reimbursed to you, okay,
Close.
as you close. Did you get your reimbursement?
I think
You did? Okay, good. So when you close, you have a year, every year, you can get that reimbursement of your mode fee.
With one transaction,
Mhm.
you have a whole year to pay that.
You have a whole year to close 3 transactions. 3 transactions will pay for your mode that you paid in advance.
Okay, that's a good deal. It's a good
Okay.
deal.
And if they didn't put it in there, just, you know,
it's coming.
just let them know that, because I'm not sure whether or not you're supposed to let them know.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
but
So,
if you close one, you should close 3 days later or one.
huh?
One, she should close 3 transactions to get paid or one.
No. Each transaction, I think they give you $200 back.
Okay, the 3 to full
Yeah.
amount,
Mhm.
okay.
Quantum Leap, command your business online, smart finances, profitability, agent financials, business planning clinic. We're having a business planning clinic coming up soon. You want to be there. Okay? You want to be there. Career visioning. When you need to hire, when I started into the business, I was doing so much business my first 6 months. 2 months in, I had to hire somebody to handle my business. You understand? So it teaches you how to do that. Sales skills, connect live videos. They are online. There's no ceilings. Level up your lead generation online. Train the presenter. Of course, that's the cost. Customer experience, win-win negotiations, diversity, equity, and inclusion, the color of real estate, unconscious bias, and agents of distinction. Be learning based. Okay? Plan for learning. Okay? Here is our mission statement: to build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving. Okay? You have the opportunity to leave a legacy for your family. Did you know that? Did you know when you're long gone, you could still leave a legacy for your family? Did you know that through profit share? Did you know your profit share doesn't die when you do? As long as there's somebody in the KW line that you refer to the business, whether they be here, in another state, in another country, your family will continue to receive your profit share check. Did you hear?
Mhm.
Yes, I did.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Get real about your situation and get right about what you're doing. Bring a greater sense of clarity, priority, and focus to your work. Okay? So, design your future. These are the things you need to design your future with. Your value proposition. We started with this first class in Ignite, dealing with your value proposition. I suggest that you look at your value proposition, dig into it, make it good, go to ChatGPT and have it make it better. Okay? Your big why. What is your profit goal? Number of transactions, smart database, smart money business, accountability, learning. Listen, when I started the business, I'm be honest with you, I didn't have a money goal. I just knew there was good money in real estate.
It's hard to gauge such a concrete number when you've got all these things that you can't barely comprehend.
Right. But let me tell you this, making 6 figures in real estate now, and I know you say, Fred, you're talking from experience. It can be very easy for you.
3 transactions, 3 or 4 transactions.
3 or 4 transactions. Depending on your price point. 1 transaction, if you have the right deal. You
That's
know,
why I went to
Beverly
those
Hills.
$4 million.
Beverly
houses.
Hills.
Beverly Hills,
Bro,
Palos
it's okay.
Verdes, you know, Torrance.
There could be some really
You know.
good deals in Palos Verdes.
Now, the reason why I closed as much as I did during the pandemic, because what I was closing was multifamily. I wasn't doing single families. I was doing, the majority of what I was doing was multifamily, was anywhere between 900 and 1.3. Okay? So, how has your thinking changed? Throughout Ignite, how has your thinking changed?
I feel I'm a millionaire.
That's your
And that's
mindset,
important,
all
that's
right.
important.
You know
That's
this song? I had a assistant. He was a singer. All the time he sings this. My mind is telling me no, but my
My
body.
mind is telling you,
It's a different meaning. Like, it's coming from empathy. It's not always
my
actual.
body,
I feel ready to take action.
okay? Huh?
I feel ready to take
You
action.
feel ready to take
Yeah.
action, so I can hold you accountable to taking action, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. All right,
I've become more comfortable with doing stuff. I thought it would be a lot more difficult or. It's not that difficult, it's just do it.
okay,
Um,
okay. What do you feel differently about?
calls.
Feel differently about calls?
Before I stared at the phone for a little bit before I did it. I pulled up there, had a couple minutes, just started going right to it. What we got here?
All right,
Nothing changed, I tried to go to her.
so the fear,
My name's Jamie with Keller Williams here, and I was wondering, you know.
all right.
The fear is gone.
The fear is gone, or the fear has subsided,
Yeah.
right?
The motivation is stronger than the fear.
Ah, motivation is stronger than the fear. All right. So what's meaningful to you today? What was meaningful to you? Nothing was meaningful.
Everything was.
Well, how will your behaviors change? Or will they?
Things to do. It's so many things. I mean, you have lessons, you're gonna do cold calls, you're gonna visit brokers open,
Mhm.
and you're gonna read those scripts. So I do agenda. My feeling is that I do like an agenda to do every day. And I always hold myself accountable. I feel I'm guilty because something that I did is missing. I have this bad, and my wife keeps saying me that, why you torturing yourself? Because I feel guilty. I couldn't finish everything. I have that problem, I feel. So I don't need somebody to hold me accountable because I'm always guilty.
Got you, got you. Okay, so your success systems, 10 conversations, 10 contacts, 10 handwritten notes, and 10, 5, 1. Does anything up there confuse you? Yes.
What kind of handwritten
Handwritten notes, okay, so this was written upon the prevailing of technology.
Best
So-
counts.
Message counts, yes.
Oh,
So what happened was, what we would normally say is we would have 10 conversations. Out of those 10 conversations, we would get 10 contacts added to our database. We would take those 10 contacts and we would write notes saying, thank you for allowing the time to talk with.
it could be text.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, that
So
text
you can
message.
still send that, okay? So just imagine you have a conversation, they give you the information, and now you thank them for spending the time with you. And that's what that looks like. Then you have your 10-5-1,
And what
yes.
is enrichments? What are enrichments and how many of those are good enough for students?
I do not know about your enrichments. Enrichments, I would assume would be your education,
Oh, I
the
see.
training that you've done, things that have enriched your business,
Oh.
okay? Because can't just be a lone wolf and just
Mhm,
not learn anything,
mhm.
you know? And then, of course, the do not call, this is what you would say before you pick up the phone. This is a affirmation that you say before you pick up the phone. I engage every conversation in the spirit of contribution, and people are happy to be in relationship with me. Because words are powerful. Okay, do you need that backup?
No, that's okay.
You sure? Go ahead, go ahead. See,
Low maintenance.
This
I'll
is,
find it.
I would be like, yeah, I need it. Let me
Yeah.
take a picture now. Please put it back.
okay, what is celebrate successes? Well, that is it for today. Any comments or questions that you have?
I have a technical question about a class from a couple days ago, and I'm sure you can explain it.
Uh-huh,
We were talking about the close, the get to the close. And we were talking about, single family properties. But now with the HOA, do you still have to do termite inspection? You have to go through, what is the HOA like process? Because we went through a single family, but not a multi-unit or a HOA. What are the differences as far as the contingencies, the appraisal of the loan, the inspections? Like, is it the same or is it a little different? Because condos, they could be,
so
Yeah,
remember, termite doesn't have to just have a tent on it. They can locally treat termite, okay? So whenever you're purchasing, you want the termite inspection, home inspection, appraisal, those are the contingencies that are there
with an HOA as well.
with an HOA, yes.
And you're just looking at the per unit per side.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. And that's individually, based on the unit, based on the things that are happening in that particular area. Okay, any questions? What you doing?
No, the reason that.
I was asking
came here because you said we finished, otherwise I will do that.
Yeah.
But I do have a question also about,
I'm
it's
listening.
outside the subject, I mean, it's about real estate. If we list, we go to a listing appointment, we ask the seller that you're gonna leave the furniture as is, right, and everything for that question.
Leave it as it is.
If he's gonna put with if he wants to sell with the furniture and everything.
No.
It won't be in one of the questions.
Appliances.
He should tell us if he wants to move.
Right.
If he
They'll
doesn't
let
say,
you
I'm not
know.
gonna ask to make sure.
Yeah, they'll let you know,
They'll
well,
let-
I'm not gonna take anything with me. But normally, you're going to assume that when they move, they're taking all their furniture with them.
When we go to brokers, how do we know if this is their furniture or it's stage? Or
You
I don't
don't,
wanna ask something ridiculous.
you don't. Unless in the MLS it says stage, or when you look at
But it
it,
says that.
if it says state, that means that they're paying for that furniture to be there. Now, the buyers have the opportunity to say, I want that, and they're gonna purchase it at the price from the company. Because if you notice, the ones that are states, they have tags on them. They have tags, they have for sale tags on
Yeah, I did many open houses, one of them was like that, yeah.
them. Yeah,
And my second question, can an owner, physical owner, list his property on MLS?
no,
Cannot.
no,
Okay.
sure can. They can,
I
they
say
can list
because
it
the
on,
owners, for them also.
they can list it on a FISBO site, but they can't list it on the MLS. You have to be a licensed realtor to list your property
Yeah.
on the MLS.
Facebook site, website for Facebook.
There's a
Craigslist.
website for FISBO. Yeah,
Craigslist.
FISBO.com. Yeah,
Yeah.
Craigslist.
Right.
So we can call those
They can
people.
post it on
Even
Facebook,
if Google even.
Yeah,
I mean,
they can
no
post it on
formal
Facebook.
Official website.
but they cannot do it on the MLS.
And we cannot find also on that.
On the MLS, no.
I'm going for it.
No worries. If there are no questions, well, congratulations
Where's the
on,
certificate?
on,
We need proof that we
Once we
finished.
get the law, and
I tell you what you do, tell you what you do. You text me and you tell me, I did Ignite. Just say, I did Ignite, and I will get you your certificate. Okay? Yes,
Congratulations, you guys.
Thank you.
congratulations,
Text you said text you proof?
yes,
Okay.
thank you, Amanda,
I was trying.
thank you, Karina, 323.
Thank you,
This is Crystal.
thank you,
Take care.
thank you, you too.